Hollywood got up bright and early this morning to hear the 2023 Oscar nominations. There were some snubs, some surprises, and of course lots of excitement. And here to break it all down is Entertainment Weekly's award correspondent Dave Karger. Welcome back, Dave.
It's so good to see you, Sarah.
It's always good to see you, and we love talking movies together.
Yes,
so
we
let's
do.
get to it. Who was the big winner this morning? Really was Everything
Everywhere, all at once. The only movie to get more than 10 nominations, got 11 nominations. And everyone expected it was going to get a Best Picture nomination and director and screenplay, and a lot of the cast, 4 of the cast members got nominated. What put it over the top were some surprising nominations that weren't as expected, like costume design, or there's a song that was co-written by David Byrne from the Talking Heads. That got a nomination over Taylor Swift.
Costume design, actually.
Well, when you think back and you're actually looking at this, there's all those montages where the characters turn into all these different characters, you know, really quickly. Just think of, or look at this. I mean,
no, that's true. Now that I'm reliving it.
Pretty spectacular stuff. But yeah, Michelle Yeoh, who's been acting for decades, this was her first ever Oscar nomination.
And Stephanie Hsu, who came here for this movie.
Who's delightful and a great singer. And Ke Huy Quan, who really is kind of the presumptive favorite and the best supporting actor. So, and Jamie Lee Curtis, a first-time Oscar nominee. In fact, can I just throw in one little statistic? 16 of the 20 acting nominees are first-time nominees.
Oh, that's very cool.
So only like Cate Blanchett and Judd Hirsch and Angela Bassett are people who have been nominated before. All these new first-timers. It makes it more exciting.
Yeah, it certainly does. Well, let's talk about Best Picture. Who are we talking about here?
Well, what's great about the list, there's 10 this year. This is a new rule. The Academy mandated 10. In the last couple of years, it's been more like 8 or 9. So what's cool about this list is that you have some big blockbusters like Top Gun and Avatar and Elvis, along with some smaller, quirkier films like The Banshees of Inisherin and Women Talking and Everything Everywhere All at Once, plus these 2 international films, All Quiet on the Western Front, which is on Netflix. It's a German language remake of a movie that won Best Picture back in the early 1930s. And then Triangle of Sadness, which is from a Swedish director named Ruben Östlund, who got nominated for Best Director. So it's cool. I think it's kind of showing you that there's been a change in the Academy membership too. They've added a lot more diversity, a lot more international voters, and I think that has resulted in some more international films being recognized.
I'm actually glad to see Top Gun in it because it really did so much for the industry in general.
Saved the movie industry.
It really did. So let's talk about Best Actor.
Well, interesting you mentioned Top Gun and then you went into Best Actor because Tom Cruise, along with Tom Hanks for A Man Called Otto, those are the 2 people that I think were left on the cutting room floor, as it were. Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, and Brendan Fraser for The Whale. They're the kind of 3 co-frontrunners. It's a 3-way race. Bill Nighy for the movie Living. I love him from Love Actually, but he's terrific.
God, me too.
And then the 5th was Paul Mescal, who is an Irish actor who people know from the TV show Normal People. And he plays a young dad in this tiny movie called After Sun that I hope people will now try to go and seek out and find because he gives a really lovely performance. It's a very different kind of movie, extremely well done.
Oh, I will go see that. Okay, so Best Actress.
Best Actress is going to come down between Cate Blanchett in Tar and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. But then also in there, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans. Ana de Armas, who plays Marilyn Monroe in Blonde on Netflix, which is a movie that did very well yesterday at the Razzie nominations, but also managed an Oscar nomination. And then Andrea Riseborough, who's a terrific British actress who plays a Texan in this very small movie called To Leslie that only made $30,000. But a lot of famous people like Jane Fonda and Kate Winslet and Sarah Paulson and Edward Norton started mounting this campaign in the last couple of weeks for Andrea Riseborough, encouraging their famous friends to watch this performance and maybe vote on it. Well, it worked, and she's terrific in the movie. The bad news is that Viola Davis did not get nominated. In fact, her movie, The Woman King, got completely skunked. And then Danielle Deadwyler for the movie Till, I thought she really deserved a nomination for Best Actress.
That was such a good movie, and she was so good in that. Let's talk about Supporting Actress.
Well, Supporting Actress, Angela Bassett is cleaning up for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. The first time, by the way, ever that someone from a Marvel movie has gotten an Oscar nomination for acting. And then you have Hong Chow, who acts opposite Brendan Fraser in The Whale, Carrie Condon, who's terrific in The Banshees of Inisherin, and then these 2 women from Everything Everywhere, Jamie Lee Curtis, who I mentioned, first-time nominee, and then Stephanie Hsu, who's just great.
Just lovely.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Angela Bassett, but Jamie Lee Curtis could upset.
Okay, so Supporting Actor.
Ke Huy Quan, baby, all the way.
I love him.
The comeback story of the year, and he's so fun.
And he gave such a great speech.
His speeches have been the highlight of basically every award show. But interestingly, you do have two of the guys from Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Gleeson and Barry Keoghan, along with Judd Hirsch from The Fabelmans, his first Oscar nomination in 42 years. That's a new record for longest amount of time between nominations. Really cool. And then Brian Tyree Henry, great actor from the TV show Atlanta and movies like If Beale Street Could Talk.
Yeah.
He's with Jennifer Lawrence in this movie
right.
Causeway.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Small film,
let's
great
just quickly, Jimmy Kimmel is coming back to host. What do we expect from him?
I love when Jimmy Kimmel hosts. Remember when he hosted a few years ago, he had that competition, whoever gives the shortest speech wins a jet ski? He and his writers just come up with really cool, fun, inclusive, good-natured, good-spirited gags and themes and bits and motifs. I'm so glad that he's coming back.
Yeah, without it being mean-spirited most of the time.
I love him.
So, me too. All right, well, be sure to follow Dave on social media for all the award news and catch the Oscars on March 12th on ABC.